Fred Lorz reached the Olympic Stadium first. He had also spent several miles of the marathon in a car.
And the eligible winner, Thomas Hicks, arrived after receiving strychnine, egg white, and brandy.
So which result was stranger, the counterfeit finish or the one officials accepted?
The accepted one, because its danger came from the system running the race. Start outside the stadium, not at the finish tape.
August 30th, 1904, St. Louis. About 90 degrees in the shade, according to the organizer's report.
The marathon belonged to a World's Fair built around spectacle, movement, and machinery.
Machinery included the automobiles shadowing the runners.
Cars raised choking dust from roads described as inches deep.
And where could they drink?
After the stadium, the official report identifies one freshwater point, near 12 miles, supplied by a well.
But the organizer's own report does not plainly announce that motive.
The design is documented. Experimental intent comes from later historians.
Then the course was already bending the meaning of endurance.
Fred Lorz stopped with cramps. An automobile carried him several miles.
He got out and resumed on foot.
He did. Lucas says Lorz ran the final 5 miles and entered the stadium ahead of everyone.
That image is almost comic until a crowd believes it.
He was hailed as the apparent winner. Then, officials established the ride and disqualified him.
Hicks was leading, but by the later miles, his gait and expression showed severe distress.
His trainers, Charles Lucas and Hugh Sullivan, moved beside him, sometimes supporting his arms.
When he asked for water, what happened?
They refused it. The report says they sponged his mouth with distilled water instead.
That is the moment the course policy becomes medical danger.
About 7 miles from the stadium, they gave 1/60th of a grain of sulfate of strychnine with egg white.
A stimulant dose, not an antidote?
Then a dangerous stimulant, now known as poison, not training advice.
His pulse improved briefly, according to the same attendant's account.
Then came another tablet, 2 eggs, and a sip of brandy.
Was he carried across the line?
No. He was supported through the final stretch, then crossed on his feet as the first eligible runner.
He had lost about 8 pounds, and the report described his vitality as extremely low.
The medal result names Hicks. The evidence also names the people and policy around him.
And what lesson did the organizers claim to learn?
Their report treated the stimulant experiment as proof that drugs could be beneficial in races.
So Lorz violated the contest, but Hicks exposes how the contest itself was defined?
Exactly. One man took an unauthorized shortcut. Officials authorized the scarcity, the cars, and the treatment.
Modern retellings call it a bizarre marathon. That is true, but incomplete.
It was also an institutional experiment conducted on exhausted people under the definition of care we should not inherit.
The result book gives us one winner. The race itself leaves a harder question. Who was the test really for?